All right, yo. So this message is for all the aspiring actors out there for the bare minimum. How I started and how you can do it too. Number one, what I started with was YouTube. Um, I started with music videos. So I like to rap. I'm a rapper. The thing is I wanted to make a music video for my songs. So what I did is I started learning how to make my own music videos for my songs. So because of that, I realized that, where I'm from, my time zone, most music videos had really good acting sequences, usually really quick parts in the song that you take out just straight acting. What I did was in those scenes was my beginning moments of acting because I didn't go to school for this. As I did that a few times, I perfected my acting. I perfected talking in front of a camera. I perfected audience analysis. That comes a lot later, but the beginning basis is I practiced being in front of a camera before I was ready to become in front of the camera, if that makes sense. So I did it with music videos. I felt like music videos is the easiest for an actor because they're very quick. I mean, we're talking like maybe 5 to 10, maybe 20-second quick acting quips, but it worked because I would learn how to move and act in front of a camera. And my acting, literally, I wouldn't really need a script because if it's my song, I would literally just write something based on the song to go hand in hand. This is how I started. I got comfortable being in front of a camera. So number one, what I would suggest doing is practice. And actually, if you have to rewind this, do it as much as you can because this will be a good tutorial start point for you. I want to make it very bare minimum and very easy for you to understand. So if you need to rewind it, please do. So one, you need to practice being in front of a camera first before you are ready to be in front of a camera. Right now, all of our phones are very smart. Some would call some phones geniuses. So what I would do is as you are rapping, if you're a musician or if you're a singer, practice doing little quips. And if you're not a musician, just practice going to YouTube, like record film. Just record yourself talking in front of the camera and then watch your playback. As you watch, you understand what you do well at, you understand what you do bad at, you understand how to perfect and how to become better. This is how you start. Before you can do any of the other things, you need to learn to be comfortable in front of a camera. You need to learn how to talk, speak. Now, if you're not in front of a camera or a phone or you don't have this stuff and you want to go even more bare minimum, go to a mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. And this is really good at building charisma as well as looking at your faces as you talk because you realize how big and how small to go with your words and with your actions. You can understand how it looks to other people. You are your own audience. That's one. This is the easiest, cheapest, freest thing to start. Number two, I would say join as many Facebook groups as you can, or go to libraries, go to community outreach centers and look on the back walls and look for actors needed, or play. Theater is how I started too. Excuse me, it's not how I started. I don't want to get caught up in a lie. But theater was a good way for me to enhance my acting as well as practice being in front of people. It taught me my emotions and how every little thing affects the crowd. So if you can get into theater, that's another cheap way. For the most part, a lot of theater acting is free because most people looking to hire theater talent is looking specifically for someone who's willing to either work for the bare minimum or just work for the experience. So I would suggest everyone should do theater. And as you're doing that, also apply to Facebook groups. Look for filming in my area. Whatever you live in, look for, like say for instance, you live in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Look, acting in Scranton, Pennsylvania, or filmmakers in Scranton, Pennsylvania, or actors in Pennsylvania, or filmmakers in Pennsylvania. So look wherever your niche is. If you're in LA, look for actors in LA. If you're in Texas, look for actors in Texas. Wait, where'd you go? All right, just checking. So yeah, look for actors in Texas, filmmakers. Join all these film communities. Also go to schools. There's a few colleges that's always looking for people. And these are all free. Most of the time they pay, sometimes they don't, but you get the experience. As you're doing this, make sure you're asking for IMDb credit as well as you're you're asking for film footage because you want to build out your reel. That goes out later. because your reel is what you're going to shop to different producers and filmmakers in the bigger scale, because they look at your personal pictures, your IMDb, your reel. They look at all that. So join all these film communities you can. Join as much as you can. Stay working. Hashtag stay working is my saying. Your goal is to always try to have a film lined up, even if it's a school project, even if it's one of those Facebook group projects. I don't know about Instagram, but I know Facebook is really good at this. Or even a theater play, because if you're on stage, you're constantly working and you're learning lines. So you're literally, a stage play can go anywhere from like a month to maybe 6 months, even to a year in some cases, and you're constantly working. So this is what you want to do. So as of now, just to recap, you want to practice getting in front of the camera. If you're a musician, make your own music videos for your songs. You can hire other people, but try to do it yourself and put little acting quips inside of your music video. And then practice talking to yourself. Just talk. It don't matter what you're talking, just talk. And then after that, you want to look and join Facebook groups. You want to join community outreach posts in the back of the walls, look at libraries, go to college campuses, go to the film department. The film department at college campuses is A1. Join everything you can. And then when you do that, ask for IMDb cred. If they offer food, always ask for food. If they offer money, take that. And also, you want to make sure they're offering footage to build your reel out. So as you're doing that, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. So as of that, these are all steps. So as you're doing that, you'll get lines, and then the thing with the lines is, if you want to learn how to study lines, we could do that on another video. I could teach you that, because there are little methods to that. But this is just a general basis. If you want to know more, just ask me for more, and I'll give you how to study or learn lines, because I have a cool mechanism for that too. But different people, different mechanisms. So as you're doing that, cool. Next, I would say next step in that is, now you have a reel. As you have a reel, you want to start putting your best footage that shows different ranges. I would say a comedy, a drama, like an action if you want. I would put that at the end, but I would say comedy, I would say drama, and you can put some suspense in there, or thriller, and action. Those are good. But you want to make a reel, I would say no more than maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes, if that, and that still might be pushing it, because you're going to use this footage to shop to different producers. You're going to ask me how to do that. I would say join either IMDb Pro, reach out to different casting agencies. Also looking for casting agencies in your area. That's another thing you could Facebook, casting agencies and blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, you want to have this before you do that, because what they're going to do is say, hey, we need headshots, which I'll tell you that in a second. Sorry, I skipped that part. You want to have the footage, you want to have the headshots, your IMDb, you want to have everything in a package to ship to people when they ask for it, because it all plays hand in hand. To backtrack a little bit, you want to try to do headshots before you go out. I mean, you don't have to for a lot of school projects, and sometimes they just need people. But if you want, hire somebody local. Look for headshots in my area. Everything is sold on Facebook. It's crazy. You can even Google this stuff. Or any friends that just want to do this, that are really good at photography, that are trying to build their portfolio. Try to do scratch my back, scratch your back thing, and get some headshots. They don't have to be the cleanest headshots, but the better the headshots, the better your chances. So put it that way. So as you have your headshots in your reel, you want to shop these out to different agencies. The cool thing is there's 2 routes from this way. So this route, if the agency picks you up, they'll try to shop you out to as many people as they deem you fit. Now the other way, the way that I took, was I shopped myself out to people. Now true, I still have my agent, but I'm still doing work on my own too. So on this level, what you want to do is you want to just literally try to get in every role as possible. That's the next step. Like, I mean, literally go to every single filmmaker that you know or heard of, even if it's through Instagram or Facebook. Look up movies that people are in and go looking for, find the director of those movies and get into it. Now, this part is a little harder because this requires money. On this part is where I would say invest in credit cards, because then you can fund how you get to these places, because a lot of these places will film in places, because if you have an agent, they'll pay for most your hotel, your dining, your lodging. They'll pay for everything for the most part and take a percentage. But on this level, you have to do it all yourself. So I would say invest in credit cards where you can have a nice limit, where you can pay for things, and as you get paid for the project, you can pay the credit cards off that you use. But you would use the credit cards to literally shoot whatever you want or make anything happen. Credit cards give you possibilities. That's what I say credit cards are. Credit cards are possibilities that were not created without. But those are your two avenues from that market. After that, the next step, once you get on these roles and you get on these sets, talk to everybody on set. I don't care what position they are. Now, if you're on a time set, try to talk to the biggest person first and work your way down. But don't be an asshole. That's number one. And always treat everybody like they're the one signing your checks. Because on most of these film projects, especially these bigger ones, you don't know who does what, especially if you're new to this. Like sometimes somebody very low key is the one that's signing those checks. So you want to talk to everybody. You want to treat everybody like they sign your checks. And you want to learn everything. When you're on set, learn everything. And that's very important. And then as you meet these people and you develop these relationships, get their Instagrams, their Facebooks, their phone numbers, whatever, face is very important. A name is always great, but a face is good too. If you can leave a lasting impression, first impressions are key. You can use that to catapult yourself to the next film and forward more. Because a lot of people like to work with who they work with. For instance, Quentin Tarantino and Leonardo DiCaprio. They work together a lot because they develop that relationship. So develop relationships, meet people, and have that catapult you to the next level. So literally, these are the main steps in becoming an actor. If you want to, I could try to recap, but if not, I should say rewind this video. I think it's better because I would rather you follow these steps to how I said it. Only thing I would switch is headshots before reels. Work on trying to get headshots first. It's very important. And yeah, I would say if you follow those steps, 9 times out of 10, and I'm almost for sure 10 times out of 10, you'll become an actor. And I always try to get auditions, but that'll come as you're applying for these roles. You'll get auditions. And remember, just because you're not acting doesn't mean you're an actor. Doesn't mean you're not an actor. Every audition you take still counts as you acting. So don't feel bad because you have more auditions than you have roles. Because even an audition can be used as video footage. Because some filmmakers say, hey, can you submit a video that you've done? Do you have any auditions? I've had some of those where I submitted old auditions and gotten roles for something that wasn't even the role that I auditioned for in the first place. So hold on to your auditions and always use auditions as ways to audit yourself and look back at it, what you did wrong and how you can change and what you can do in different emotions. And that's literally how to become an actor from an actor who's acting. I think I'm gonna name it that. How to become an actor from an actor who's acting. Yeah, cool. I love you. I like Play Cousins. This is my video to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and also if you want to know about how to memorize lines my way and what I do and some other techniques, hit me up and I'll let you know.